All right, all right. Hey, good morning, everyone. Good morning to you. So good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. You guys, my name is Eric Thompson. I am president of Ninja Coaching. Welcome to the monthly kickoff webinar. That's what this is. So, what's the monthly kickoff webinar? You know what this is? This is a brand new offering for you that we do the first Monday of every single month just for 20 minutes. And the mission is to launch you into the new month with a high positive mindset, to build up your skill set, also to encourage you to take action. We're going to offer you an action plan for today that's going to create for you an incredible month. All right. So hopefully that sounds like a good mission to you. Again, I so appreciate all of you being here. I know we're going to have some people watching live. And whether you're here live or watching the recording, we appreciate it. Today, we are focused on, you guys, we're focused on the warm list. That is the theme for the month. We're going to help you with the warm list. We're going to help you to have the warm list turn into even more clients for you to work with, even more people for you to help. Okay. So I think we should dive in. You guys ready to dive in? Let's go. Let's jump into this. So the conversation about a warm list, it starts with this. And what we know is this. What we know is that there are two parts to the business. Okay, there are two parts to this business. There's doing the business, and then there's generating the business. Okay, so doing the business is things like you following ninja systems, for instance, like the 16-step seller process, the 10-step buyer process, right? So that's all doing the business. And then also, very important, I'm sure we would all agree, very important is generating the business. So this is following the Ninja 9. Okay, so the Ninja 9, the Ninja 9 success habits, that maps out for you your action plan, your business plan for you to generate business. So you guys, here's the deal about the warm list. The warm list is the dashboard that shows us how you're doing at generating the business, right? So it shows us how effective you are. It shows us how proactive you are, how intentional you are. It shows us how you're doing it, how often you're doing it, right? It's a dashboard into how you're doing on generating the business. So one of our favorite questions, one of our favorite expressions within Ninja Coaching is show me, is, hey, can you show me? So one of the things that we do very frequently when we start working with a client is we say to them, hey, can you show me your warm list? Let's take a look at your warm list. So what we're going to do today with you, we're going to take a look at your warm list. All right, so show me your warm list. Let's take a look at that. And what we look for when we first start working with a client is there opportunity to grow the warm list? Is there opportunity to add even more names to the warm list? As you look at your warm list today and you say to yourself, yes, it looks like there's opportunity for me to grow my warm list. Well, today it's all about how we're going to help you to do that. Okay, so we're going to help you to make that dashboard look even better. We're going to show you how to have generating business turn into opportunity that you see on your warm list. Okay, let's start with just getting clear about some definitions. All right, so we're going to walk through what a warm list is. Okay, so first of all, what is a warm list? Well, no surprise, it's a list. Okay, so it's a list of people. It's a list of people that you keep who, this is very important, who may want to buy or sell in the near future. Okay, so as you look at what's happening in their life, as you look at change that they're experiencing, you say to yourself that those people, they may want to do something. Now, here's the deal, and this is also very important, and this is somewhat nuanced. We're going to talk about this more in the next page of my easel. They may have said to you that they want to do something. They may have not said to you that they want to do something. That is typically where the opportunity is in examining and looking at the people who haven't said to you yet that they may want to do something. It's you seeing that ahead of time, all right? And again, we're going to dig into that on the next page. Super important. Here's a question we get a lot. So where do I keep this? Where would I keep this list? Well, one place would be in Excel. All right, all of you who have been through the Ninja installation, you have access to the business tracker that we offer in the Ninja installation. In Ninja Coaching, we have an Excel business tracker. So that's one place. I know a lot of ninjas who like to keep their hot warm list on a whiteboard. All right, so WB stands for whiteboard. You could keep it on a whiteboard. The other place you could keep it You could keep it on a hand. I'm just going to write down the word hand. You could keep it on a handwritten list. That's perfectly fine too. When you read the Ninja Selling book, you're going to read about examples of keeping a warm list as a handwritten list. So it really doesn't matter. What matters is that you keep it. What matters is that you follow the Ninja 9 and you focus on it daily. We'll talk more about that. But it really doesn't matter where you keep it. What's most important is that you keep it. Okay, here's something very important. Why you want to have a warm list and why you want to focus on it every day, you guys, ultimately it comes down to control. You get in control of your business. You get in charge of your business. You run your business like a business when you can see the opportunity that's laid out in front of you. So really what this is about, you guys, what this is about is the difference between waiting for business and creating business. Are you waiting for opportunity or are you creating opportunity? So here's the deal. A lot of us in that very active market between 2020 and call it 2022, partway through 2023, we got accustomed to, we got used to just waiting for the business. There was so much business. There was so much business coming toward us that we kind of got in the habit of just waiting for the business. Well, when you can get intentional, when you can get proactive about building up your warm list, what happens is you get in control. And now what you're doing instead is you are creating opportunity instead of waiting for it. You are seeing the opportunity before it even comes your way, all right? Sometimes you see the opportunity even before that client themselves sees the opportunity for them to do something, right? You get in front of it. There's a great expression called upstreaming, all right? So a great strategy is to go upstream. So think about a river that's flowing into an ocean, and probably what you're going to find in that ocean are a lot of fish that are hanging out at that spot where the river flows into the ocean, all right? The reason why they're hanging out there is there's a lot of food that's coming into the ocean. So here's the thing, when the flow of food slows down, what would the smart fish do? What the smart fish will do is they're going to swim where? They're going to swim upstream, or they're going to swim upstream to go find that food, right? They're going to go up and see it and get it in advance of other people. That's what you do when you build your warm list. That's how you're getting in control. You are going upstream. Okay, so when do you focus on the warm list? Well, you know from the Ninja 9, you focus on the warm list daily. Okay, so how are we doing so far? Are we good so far? You guys clear about what the warm list is? One thing I'll share real quick, the difference between a hot list and a warm list, and this I get from Peter Parnig, our terrific Ninja instructor. He says, you know the difference, people on the hot list are in the game, right? They are in the game. They're working with their lender. They're getting pre-qualified. They're getting the home ready to sell, right? They're thinking about staging and fixing it up, right? They have a game plan. They have dates in mind. They have an action plan. They have a checklist. They're in the game. People on the warm list, they're not in the game yet. Okay, so here's the thing. Your goal, all right, the goal we're going to give you for the month of February is to have 20% of your sphere on your warm list. Okay, so if you have 100 people in your sphere of influence, the goal is for you to have how many? The goal is for you to have 20 people on your warm list. So by the way, this is the number that we look for, that we look at when we work with a coaching client. We ask, okay, how many people in your sphere? Now let's go look and see how many people on your warm list. And so what we're looking for is and ideally the place to get it to is 20%. So if you have 150 people, that would be 30 people on your warm list. If you have 200 people, that'd be 40 people on your warm list. The science behind this, the math behind this, is the fact that every year between 5 and 10% of people move. So when you can map out on your warm list and show yourself 20% of your sphere on that warm list, what you're looking at is 2+ years worth of future business. And that is a terrific feeling. That's what gives you so much confidence and so much certainty about you achieving your goal when you see all that opportunity laid out in front of you. Okay, so there's going to be 2 types of people on this warm list as you look at moving your goal and getting the warm list up to 20% of your sphere. There's going to be 2 kinds of people. Quite simply, you guys, there are those who have said to you, yes, we would like to do something in the near future. We have a lot to work on, lots to do. We're not nearly ready yet, but we could see ourselves doing something. Those people should go on the warm list. They have said to you that they want to do something, but they're not in the game yet. And then there are people who have not said, okay? They haven't said to you yet that they want to do something. Now, here's the thing. What both of these groups have in common is would be a few things. Number one, both of these groups are experiencing change in their life, right? There's some kind of change that's occurring in their life that's causing you to say they should go on the warm list, or that's causing them to say to you, yes, we could see ourselves doing something down the road. That change is causing one of two things, sometimes both. It's causing either pain or pleasure. So a painful change would be a divorce. A pleasure change would be getting married or having a child, right? A pleasure change would be a promotion. Sometimes a pain and pleasure thing would be someone getting relocated. Okay, so they're getting relocated, they had a promotion, so that's great, that's a pleasure thing, but it's painful because they have to move, they have to put their kids in new schools if they have family, right? I think you understand, right? So whether they've said or not said, this is what it is that they have in common. So the nuance, the opportunity for you, a big coaching for you today, a big point of today, is to encourage you to see the opportunity over here around the not said people. Now, just about all of you have access to this book, right? The Ninja Selling Book. You can go read page 127. You could do that right after this webinar. You're going to read a story about Larry Kendall, who several years ago, he's interacting with one of his friends at Rotary. Okay, Larry was in Rotary, so he's interacting with a friend at Rotary. Hey, how's business? How's your job going? How's your profession? The friend says back, hey, great news. I just found out I got a promotion. And Larry says, terrific. And then the gentleman says, well, it turns out that now, because of this promotion, I have to move, or I have to relocate where I'm working. And now I'm working in South Denver. So I'm living in Fort Collins. I'm going to move to South Denver. That's an hour plus commute. All right. And this gentleman says to Larry, well, because it's so important for my family to stay in Fort Collins, we're not going to move. And Larry says, okay, great. Congratulations. But Larry does the math in his head around how many hours per week that's going to be commuting. And Larry knows that's going to cause a lot of pain. So where does that person go? That person goes on to the warm list. Then fast forward just a month after that person driving back and forth, Larry sees that gentleman again, and Larry just says to him, hey, how's the job going? How's that new position going? And the guy says to him, oh my gosh, Larry, we need to move. We have to move. So Larry was on top of that. He saw that coming. He was able to focus on that person, make sure he was in tune, in touch with that person, which created the opportunity for the next interaction where the gentleman said to him, turns out, Larry, that actually we do want to move. Another example, another quick story is my dad used to own a ski condominium in Beaver Creek, right? Which turns out to be a great thing for me, his son. And here's the thing, he turned 80 years old. He drastically reduced how much he was skiing. Then he stopped skiing altogether. He was spending a whole lot of time in Arizona golfing. He purchased an RV, and he and his wife were kind of traveling the Western US. He wasn't using that condominium at all. So that is an example of change, right? So there's change happening. He's finding other ways to have fun. He's not using that condominium anymore. So the agent who is working with my dad, the agent who sees my dad as a client, puts my dad on the warm list, knowing that he's likely going to sell because of all this change. Okay, so the change happens in one of these four areas in Ford. All right, so when you see change in Ford, that's when they go onto the warm list. Okay, so are you with me? So are you seeing that there's amazing opportunity over here? This is where the opportunity is for you to fill up your warm list, to get it up to that 20% number. You can do it by filling it with these kind of people. Okay, so here's how you do it. And what we know is flow fixes everything, all right? Flow fixes everything. So you ask what kind of questions? You ask forward questions. So the example of Larry at Rotary, he asked the occupation question. How are things going at work? Well, hey, it turns out I just got a promotion, but that means I need to move. So then what Larry did is he recorded that change. Okay, so you record the change, you record the pain or pleasure, right? record that pain or pleasure. And where do you record it? Well, you record it, a lot of you are recording it in your Ninja Planner. And then a lot of you now have, actually all of you now have access to this handout, all right? So this is part of your handout, this forward and record sheet, just in case you don't have it, in case you can't find it. What you need to do is just scroll all the way to the top of the chat. You're gonna find a link that takes you to this handout. This is where you forward and record. And so this is why the recording part is so important. You record the pain or pleasure, you record the change, and then that prompts you then, if there is change, if there is pain or pleasure, then you add them to the warm list, all right? So we know flow fixes everything. So you get in flow, ask these questions, you're listening, you're watching for pain or pleasure, you record that, and then you get them added to the warm list because of the change that you are seeing. Okay, so here is a great way for you to create opportunity. Also part of your handout is this worksheet called These People Probably Want to Buy or Sell Real Estate. Okay, so you have this now in your handout. Again, if you go all the way to the top of the chat, you're gonna see a link that takes you to this terrific, this wonderful, valuable worksheet that maps out for you 16 questions that you can ask yourself about people in your sphere. All right, so here's the very simple exercise. You just go name by name, and you can start with the A's in your database. All right, so go name by name, and then look at the questions that are on this worksheet, consider the questions, and then you just write down next to that person's name all of the yes answers that you're getting to these questions. So for example, question number 4 on this list of 16 questions is, do they have children who have left the home recently? Right, so let's pretend you have a client who now all at once they're empty nesters. Question number 6, have they lived in their same house for 8 years or more? This client, yeah, their kids grew up in this house, they raised their family in this house, but now they're empty nesters. Number 7, has their company expanded in the last year? Yeah, business is going really great for her. And the husband's doing well too. So that would be a yes. And then number 15, they have a dream to live anywhere. Now that their kids are out of the house, they can live anywhere. They're not constrained by a school district. So what you would do next to that person's name, you would write down 4 because they said yes to number 4. There's a yes to question number 6. There's a yes to question number 7. And there's a yes to question number 15. That's your move score. These people scored a yes on 4 of the 16 questions. These are people that need to absolutely go onto the warm list. We need to pay attention to these people. So this is what helps you get to that 20% goal. And then your simple exercise, then your simple next step with people who are on the warm list is to consider, okay, what would be valuable for these people that are now on the warm list? What would be valuable for those people who are part of the 20%? You know, the most valuable thing you could offer, an easy go-to, no surprise, is a real estate review. That's a great example of what to do for a person like my dad, right? Not using that ski condominium pretty much anymore, do a real estate review for him. What was valuable in the example that I gave about Larry's story, the value was Larry just asking the question, hey, so how are things going at work? How's that job going, right? So the value was just offering up interest, offering up care, and just asking that question, right? So that's your simple mission. Fill it to 20% and then just consider what would be valuable to those people. Okay, so I hope that was helpful, you guys. I hope you got some takeaways. I hope you're ready to take action to fill up your warm list and get it to 20% of your sphere. Again, what we know, you guys, is that there are 2 parts of the business. What you are working on every day is not only doing the business, caring for your clients, 16-step seller process, 10-step buyer process, and then also generating the business. If you want help with either one of these, if you see that either one of these could be better, we are here to help you. What's true is that both of these have become more challenging. Both of these have changed quite a bit in the last 18 months, specifically here on doing the business or the new rules regarding the NAR settlement. And specifically what's happening over here, I don't need to tell you, interest rate changes, market changes, et cetera, has made this more challenging. So here's how we can help. We have a program here called Ninja 90. Ninja 90 is a 90-day boot camp which installs into your business the Ninja 9. We do it in a group setting. So it's a leader, it's a guide that takes you through a 90-day program, step by step. You meet every single week. There's an action plan after each meeting. You have accountability. You have steps that take you to a place where now you have the Ninja 9 installed in your business. On our website, you can find information about Ninja 90. If you want help over here with doing the business, we have a program called Ninja Now, which, by the way, also helps with generating the business. So I'll just put the word now over there too, right? So Ninja Now does both. This is day 1 of Ninja Now. This is day 2 of Ninja Now. Ninja Now is a live 2-day workshop in person. It's perfect if you've already been through the installation. You want a ninja shot in the arm. You need a boost. You need some new content also that helps you with both of these. So if you want help with either one of these, go to the website. You're going to get information on that. Thank you so much for joining this kickoff webinar. I so appreciate it. I look forward to seeing you next month, but in the meantime, go take action, go fill up that warm list, get it to 20% of your sphere, see all the opportunity there, see all the ways that you can offer value and help those people. Again, my name's Eric Thompson. I'm president of Ninja Coaching. I so appreciate you being here. Have an amazing day. We'll see you really soon. Take care. Bye.